Hello, this is Robin Sampson with BibleJournalingDigitally.com. I'm going to show you real quick how to install styles in Photoshop. This is the Photoshop glitter style that I have available in the Bible Journal of Etsy shop, and you'll install them. First you'll download it and unzip it. I'm assuming you know how to do that if you're using Photoshop. And once you've unzipped it, you're going to go to the window Styles. If your Styles window is not open, go to Window and click on Styles. Then go to this little Table of Contents button here, click it on, and go to Import Styles. I have my folder open. It's Redeeming Love Glitter. And the only thing that's lit is the ASL file because we're installing a style, and Photoshop style are ASL files. Click open, and now that's been installed, and you'll see it at the bottom of your styles. Close that. And when you click on the arrow, it'll show you the styles that you have open. So now that you have them installed, let's go ahead and see what you can do with them. And we'll start with a shape. Let's just grab a heart. Doesn't matter what color it is, this one's white. And here is a click, and you have bling. It's pretty exciting that you can do so much with styles. And if you'd like to have some more styles, I have, for example, made these for the Prayer Warrior styles, a kind of an acrylic in the Prayer Warrior colors. I can make more styles based on your desires, what you want, what you'd like to see. And if you're making a very small heart, the glitter will be too big. So you would go to Layers and double-click Pattern Overlay and adjust the style, the pattern scale. So you can make that bigger or smaller. You know, it's going to depend on the scale. It's going to depend on the scale of your object that you're making. Here's an arrow. So say that you want that arrow. And of course, when you rasterize it, here is another shape, a swirl shape. If you go to Google and type in free Photoshop shapes, you can find things like this, and watch how pretty this is. Again, you can go in and change. What happens is when I save this, it automatically saved it at 417% because I saved it at 300 dpi, so it would print well. But you need to default it to 100%. Or you can play with it and make it bigger or smaller. But it's nice to know that you have it larger for print. So you can do all kinds of things. Let me show you real quick how you can do type. Okay. If you keep this and do not rasterize it, you can play with it quite a bit. So here's the word love, and it already has your bevel and everything on it. And you can change that and make it a little bit smaller. But look what you can do, because it's not rasterized. You can go in and play with your fonts and find different fonts, and the styles remain. So you can just make all kinds of things for your kit. and expand it. Now let's look at how we can do a glitter edge. Go to open and open the glitter style that you just got downloaded and unzipped, and we're going to open one of the glitter pings. The reason we need to do that is we're going to save this as a pattern. So go to Edit, Define Pattern, and then click OK. Now you can close that. And I already have all mine saved, so you can save each one of them as a pattern. When you do that, when you go to Window, Patterns, you will see the pattern that was there. And since I clicked it, it already automatically opened here. But we don't want that either, so let me just go Control Z. Okay, so now to make the glitter only on the edges, we're going to go to the File, go to the little FX, which is a style, and click Stroke. And the stroke that comes up is a 4, and we're going to go about 20. On a memory dex card, I think 20, 15, 10, 15, 20. But instead of, and this says inside, you can do it outside or inside. Inside's better. Instead of color, we're going to go to pattern. And then we're going to select the deep red or maroon. This is a little bit big, this glitter at 100%, so we're going to bring it down to about 50, maybe even 75. So your size is 20, and the scale is going to be 75. You can play and see if you like 15 better, or go into 18, that looks good. You can go bigger or smaller here. And now you have glitter around the outside. Now let's try putting glitter around this little flower. I'm going to clear the style that's there because there was a drop shadow on it. And I'm just going to do the same thing. We're going to go to Stroke. And of course 18 is going to be way too big. And we're going to move it to the outside. And we're going to go down to like 4. And it could be a little bit bigger than that, maybe 6. Let's zoom in and look at the flower. And the size has to be smaller. And that looks pretty good. You can also do a bevel and see how that looks. And then when you're done, you can rasterize it, rasterize the layer style, and then add a shadow. And that's going to look a little bit better. Now let's go to, this is a rectangle that I added to this. I should explain that the base of this is a quick dex card, which already includes the memory dex card, a layer of paper, and lace. Then I added a rectangle. See that you can see when I remove the Bible verse. This is the way the card, then all these little elements wouldn't be there. Let's draw a pink rectangle. And instead of inking it, which is another style, and I can put that style in the shop, the ink styles, if you'd like to have them. Just let me know in the Facebook group. Now let's take this pink, and you know that this is going to be on it later. We'll leave it on there so you can watch how it's done. So let's take this pink and put a stroke on it, on the rectangle. And that's, should be a lot. Let's do a 15. Let's go inside. If you go inside, you're going to have the sharp corners. If you go do it to the outside, you're going to have a little bit of a rounded corner. Let's go inside and maybe go to 12 and play with that. And that looks pretty good. So we'll click OK. Now we're going to rasterize that, the layer style, because I want to put a drop shadow on it. And if I put the drop shadow on it the way it was, it'll remove my glitter. So now I'll put my drop shadow. And we have glitter on the outside of the card, on the little rectangle that's matting the Bible verse. And you can even